Alright, it is time once again for our favorite show, the update blog show for VRChat. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you to everybody who has been subscribing to this channel. We have officially activated monetization. So if you guys want to support the channel in the video, you can now use something called Super Thanks to support the channel, tip the channel, and I'll show you guys how to do that in a presentation video later today, or you can check out the super thanks button on the bottom there. You can support the channel that way. I'll explain how I'm going to use monetization in a video later today, but today we go back to work, and by work I mean the developer update blog for VRChat. Yes, I know it's been like 300 days. No, I'm kidding. Been since Friday, since the last one, since before the break, of course. So Mr. Tupper is back at it again. The head of community for VRChat is back at it again with another developer update. This was released last night, August the 8th, 2022, and let's cover it. So there's a little bit of a quick recap for you. The 2022.2.2p2 release for the Horizon Adjust, Personal Mirror, Movable Main Menu, and other additional features. Then 2022.2.2p2b was also released that were compatible and is only for Steam for a build and test. Then 2022.2.2p3 is now in live beta, and I'll be explaining some features in the live beta in a future video very soon. So you guys can take a look at that. I already tested some features already for you. I'll give you guys that video when it's ready. Now it's time for a look at features in progress for today. So let's take a look at what we have on the board. We have earmuffs, and this was from the weekend beta test. If you remember that this was used to be called Conversation Dome, but they changed it because it was a mouthful. So they said, we received a lot of positive feedback over the weekend regarding Earmuff. One common piece of feedback we received is that people would want to let others know they're using Earmuff. We're not sure if this is something we would like to do, but we're currently considering it. If followed through with this, it will likely be a nameplate icon. And I agree. There should be a headphone like this, and then there should be like an E or like an icon on the nameplate to tell you guys they're using their earmuff feature. Okay, so if you're not aware, there's gonna be a circle. There's gonna be a circle, red circle, with a reader based on how the distance you put on it, and then there's gonna be a gray circle. If you are in the red circle and the other player is using their earmuff, then you can hear them correctly. If you are in the middle of the red and gray, that means the earmuff mode is going to be where it's going to be lessen the voice. But if you're completely outside, then they turn down the voice for you. That's how earmuff works. There's been some community discussion we're monitoring regarding the world interaction with earmuff. We're keeping an eye on this discussion. As it stands, we're happy with the core earmuff functionality and implementation, but we're still absorbing creator feedback, and I agree. It's still not perfect yet, if you will. Outside of that, a few bugs were squashed today, mostly around earmuff activating it when it shouldn't, and the dome in quotation mark appearing on loading screens. So they're still not done with this, but I like where it's going. I actually like this. Next one is a gesture indicator icons. And they got some feedback with the HUD icons were too opaque. Needed to fade out when other with some art. We addressed the first two with some changes, and we'll swap the art later on. And here's how they look. Let's have a look at the video here. As you can see, we have the art of the gesture. You can see that how it looks like. and we're gonna swap out the art for something better. Next one, we have more favorites, and this one's been asked for a while. And here's how it says. As we mentioned before, this is a bit more complicated than it seems. However, we got most of it out of the way. More favorites has been merged into our main branch, and we're working on integration testing. We expect to get more favorites into a live beta build soon. And if you go back to the July, I believe the July 29 update, they say you can have up to 50 favorites if you're a non VRChat Plus member, and if you're on VRChat Plus, you multiply that by about 5 or something like that. I know it's favorites on the avatars and friends and all that good stuff. So you can actually get more friends in there. Next, we have the personal mirror tweaks. And this is pickups are back based on feedback. Some people prefer the regular pickup system for moving things around. The new system is also available under the immersive move toggle. And let's take a look at this. And as you can see, we have the move of the mirror. I actually got to test this out, and it's not bad. I actually like this. We also implemented a new mirror resizing system. Mirror resizing is now done with an axis puppet control, which you are probably familiar with the expression control. You can now also scale the height and width independently. Let's have a look. So that's how it looks like. Not bad. Next, finally, face mirror controls. You are now able to set the opacity. You can also reposition it on the HUD for more comfortable viewing. And let's have a look at that. And as you can see here, we have the opacity. And actually, that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. I could see that. I could see myself using that somewhere. These adjustments are on their way into the main branch, and they could show up in the next live beta update. So look out for me doing the beta test. Excuse me. Camera stuff. If you like camera, that is for you. Camera resolution selector. As a reminder, this will let you select the resolution you can set your camera to within VRChat. The max resolution is 8K on PC and 4K on Quest. This task got some testing, but had to go back to dev because QA flagged some issues. So there you go. So it had to go back. Camera smart rotation. Simply put, this outputs a portrait images if you hold the camera in a portrait mode. This got merged in, so it will be in the next live beta. Here's some more requests for the camera. We got a lot of ton of feedback regarding the camera. Many features have been requested, such as building a keyframe camera tracks in worlds, better camera scaling and grabbing mechanics, the ability to use the camera in desktop mode, and many more. We documented these requests. Some of them are larger in scope, some are easy. The bigger ones may change the camera's design. As such, we have to carefully assess the changes. In other words, we hear you. It's just, wow, a lot of camera stuff. Some of these requests may be needed to be addressed in different ways or put away for a bigger update later. But we will see the reasoning behind the request. But we see the reasoning. So, yeah, I had a feeling that desktop mode, camera in desktop mode. Now, when you see me take screenshots, that's different because the screenshots are different from the camera mode. The camera thing is actually its own thing. So when I do screenshots for you guys, that's a regular screenshot for your camera, for your desktop. The camera feature in VRChat is when you have a separate camera in VRChat, and then you take pictures with the camera in VRChat. not the screenshot method. That's what I do. I do screenshot. Now they're trying to bring that camera feature into VRChat for desktop users. We'll see where this goes. I actually want this just because I want to take better pictures for you guys during our new. I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's gonna be a new outro sequence for our VRChat highlights soon. I'm not going to spoil nothing yet, so watch out for that. Next one, Text Chatbox. This is the text-to-text chat box. This feature went into QA and come back from testing with a lot of feedback with issue flags. There are significant issues with displaying the certain characters. There's also issues with UI where you can break the chat box fairly easily. There was additional feedback on the display duration, context filtering, text placement, and basically a lot of work to do. Considering that this was an entirely new way of communicating in VRChat, we want to ensure we get it right. With features this impactful, it's important we are picky. Yes, I agree. You have to be picky when it comes to certain features. This is big boy because this boy is a way to communicate in VRChat if you do not want to do voice, 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 okay? So if this is important for those of you who do not use your voice inside of VRChat, I do because of the characters I play. But let's say you don't want to roleplay with voice. You want to roleplay with text. That is good for you guys. So this is for you, for those of you who do not want to roleplay with voice or want to try something out with new content. Next is called near clip bugs. There's a bug where we use the wrong value for near clip when a reference camera isn't defined. That's fixed internally. There's another larger bug where you've seen UI interactions have issues when near clip is very low and the user is far from the origin. There is a tougher bug we're looking into workarounds. If this is coming off the near clip feature, but if you have a very small avatar, the clipping is going to be a little bit disorientated. So that's where it's coming from a few days ago. Next one is unmute sound. Very small but common accessibility request. We got a sound that plays when you mute your mic, but users ask for a sound that plays when you unmute your microphone. Very straightforward. They're looking into it right away. Finally, when it comes to bug fixes, we have the following for you. They have the following for you. We implemented a fix for instance joining when the target instance is full. This bug was fixed, but we've seen other bugs appear with instant joins. In particular, when failing to join instances you should normally be able to get into. These types of bugs were expected with the release of secure instances. That said, it doesn't make any less of a priority. We're working on tracking down those issues and we'll continue to address them. And guess when we're gonna get a new update? Tomorrow. So yes, we are not done with these VRChat updates. They're still coming and I'm still gonna cover them. You know how I roll. Alright? So here's my take on it. I really wanna see this text chat box. And then I also want to see this camera other feature requests, especially desktop mode, the camera and desktop mode. I actually want that. And then another one I'm looking forward to is the personal mirror tweaks. That's pretty good. And basically everything. I want the more favorites. That means if you play more than 50 characters, I'm gonna get more characters to play as. I'm already lined up on this channel to play as Fiona the Fox. So that's another character I want to play for. So more favorites will be added, and that's going to be nice. And if you have VRChat Plus, you get more favorites than that. But if you don't have VRChat Plus, the max number of favorites you have right now is 25. Okay, so that is it for the update for today in terms of VRChat. If you guys have any questions about the features or would like to know about my opinion about the features, comment below. Today's question of the day is what feature you're looking forward to in the next live beta update. I am RetroYuuki and I will see you guys in our next update video tomorrow. And we'll see you guys for content tonight.